Hey guys, RinniePie here, and this thing kinda sucks. Yeah, Akiba'sTrip 2, the sequel to one of my formerly favorite game series for the PSP, kinda sucks. It felt like they did a direct port from PS3 version, but even then the graphics doesn't justify it. I mean the graphics didn't justify it. You have extremely long loading problems with long loading screens. So you move from one place, which really isn't that big, to another. You get a long ass loading screen. You have clunky controls. You sometimes when you're fighting with the camera as well. So I can understand that a game like this having slight camera problems, but this is 2003. This is no longer like the golden age of gaming where we have the N64, NES, those things. Those awesome machines, which granted has some problems, but still has some charm to it. Unfortunately, this game, the problems are not really charming. And I'm going to show you in one of the fights. There is a fast travel system, so you will see less loading screen, but the whole premise of this game is fight enemies, take their clothing or gear. And to fast travel is to miss out on sometimes really good gear. So, unfair NPCs. Oh great! Now, oh boy! And this is the camera problem I'm talking about. I oftentimes, try to hit and run, but this is when the camera is starting to not work against you. And another thing is AI here. I mean, look at how unfair this is. This AI is not smart AI. I can understand that the AI is smart, but this is not smart AI. This is mobby and cheap AI. And the counter system doesn't really work in this game. I mean, you have this counter system where basically it's a block, but you see? What the hell? And while during all that type of fighting, you're also fighting against controls, because when you charge attack, you hold back on the control pad and the buttons. And if you make a wrong move, which I didn't do there because I was just trying to make a point. So if you're really seriously playing this, like I was normally, and I played 6 hours already, and you would have noticed that you're fighting with the controls. You are never in control. Say what you want about Dynasty Warriors games, you feel like you're in control of the controls. You feel like you're in control during fights. This, you don't feel that way. And which is a big problem for this game. I mean, controls, camera, and cheap AI. Especially during gamer mode. I'm in gamer mode, so that is the hardest mode. But AI that just mobs you and doesn't really and the game doesn't really give you a very clear way on how to save yourself against a mob this big. I mean, sure, you can charge attack, but oftentimes you have varying attacking enemies. So you have fast attacking enemy with fast fist attacks. They will cancel you out. I mean, the balance of the game is kind of skewed. What else? Well, those are the main three gripes I have with this game. And these three things are enough to break a game. And unfortunately, I can say this game is broken. So, that's the cons of the game. What did they get right, the pros? Well, on one thing, they got the artwork right. So, the artworks are, for Japanese style games, they really focus on a lot of great artworks, like posters right here. So, you have Big Eyes Anime Girl. Big Eyes Anime Girl with blood dripping down her cheeks. Big Eyes Anime Girl kissing you to turn you into a vampire. Big Eyes Anime Girl with a microphone. What else? What else? I might have to turn down the. Yeah, the brightness already at its lowest. What the? Okay, what else? So we have Big Eyes Anime Girl. We have mostly Big Eyes Anime Girl. We have Big Eyes Anime Girl with her finger up. And it's too bright. I'm sorry, guys. It's just way too bright. What else? Big Eyes Anime Girl Maid. You see the premise, right? Right. I mean, this game is a total. This game makes you. This game is very pretty, very anime-esque, and well, that is all good, and that's good and all, but you really need to work on your gameplay. I mean, you can have all the great visuals you want, but when the gameplay is lackluster, it has many flaws, people get turned off. I'm sorry, this happens a lot. I mean, you know, Call of Duty Black Ops for the PS Vita, you know, albeit has some decent visuals, but the gameplay, the control feels very horrible, and thank God they fixed it in Killzone. You know, the very company that made Black Ops actually helped create Killzone, and that worked extremely well. So, try and error, I guess. And another problem with this game is, which was supposed to be the charm, is the whole commercials. There is so much goddamn commercials in this game. There's like the moment you get into this game, like not out of tutorial, you see the commercial for another PS Vita game. So there's so much commercials. There's so much. Look at that. There is. I can't even show you that because I think that thing might be copyright. That's AKB 47 or 48 or whatever. That's AKB. And I disabled it for the purpose of this video, but whenever you go into the loading screen, there is actually commercials. So you see Maid Cafe commercials, you see Dospara commercials, you see Italian food commercials, you see denim commercials. There's so much commercials packed in this game that it's kind of weird. I mean, it felt like the game is a giant billboard. And I'm not sure how much money the company acquired synced in this game, but they might have taken a lot of money for commercials. Because I don't see them throwing all those commercials in. And this game sold out the first day. I don't know what happened, but apparently this game sold out the first day. I mean, I was one of the first people who bought it. You know, I understand why these people bought it, because the first game had so much charm to it on the PSP that many people really loved it. But this game, number 2, I felt like a step back. The game felt like a step back. You know, despite the graphics capability, it didn't really use the Vita to its fullest potential. That is my opinion. You know, if you feel otherwise, don't worry. You know, it's your opinion, but it's my opinion. And what I'm trying to talk about here is, and the unfortunate thing is, I'm trying to tell the people outside of Asia about this game. So what they'll be doing is, if they want this game, they need to be importing it. So I paid around $50 equivalent of NT for this game. These guys are going to be paying around $70. Why? Because 1, they have to ship it there. 2, they have the whole, we need to make a profit. So, you know, people living in the United States, people living in Europe, they're going to have to pay at least $20 to $30 more than what we in Asia are paying. And unfortunately, this game does not justify that price. I'm sorry, guys. If you're planning on importing this, or you have already imported this, it still has a little sense of charm, but the controls are bad. I'm very sorry. You know, it isn't really worth that type of money. Sure, if you just want to buy this game for the sake of looking at beautiful, beautiful girls, you know, beautiful, beautiful girls, and not the gameplay, by all means, do it. You know, you just want to ogle at this beautiful lady. Look at her nice flowing hair, her beautiful red eyes, and her giant breasts. You know, if you just want to do that and forego the gameplay, by all means. But I'm judging this game solely on the presentation, the controls, the gameplay, and what I felt is wrong with this game. I mean, it has more, at this point, for me, it has more cons than pros. So it really doesn't justify an import. Granted, if you are someone who like anime and you are interested in Akihabara and the culture of Akihabara, and you like Japanese culture, this game might be for you. But unfortunately, I really can't recommend this for an import. So, thanks for watching, guys. I am RinniePie. I'll see y'all a little later. Goodbye.